Before we get into today's content, I got to ask you a question. Do you want the Ravens to fire John Harbaugh? If you do, cast your vote by hitting that thumbs up button and liking today's video. Adam Schefter gave us some pretty interesting news this week. He said that it's possible that John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin on Pittsburgh's side could leave the Ravens in 2026. Here's directly from the insider. Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh, for all they've done, for all they've meant to their respective organizations, for all they've meant to the National Football League, they will have a big say. I think these guys, Harbaugh and Tomlin, will go in there and say, okay, it's been a great run. Might be time to go try something else. Whether that's TV or another job somewhere else. Like, those things are possible. They're within the realm of possibility for the wide range of outcomes after Week 18. And that's what everybody is talking about, right? Tomorrow's ball game, Steelers, Ravens. I've seen a ton of chatter on social media. Hey, loser gets fired, right? Loser loses their job. Now, I don't know if that's going to be what ends up happening. I frankly doubt it. But I do think it's a little bit exciting hearing from an insider like Adam Schefter and knowing that, hey, it might be something that is in John Harbaugh's mind on his own. Say, hey, it might be time for me to move on. Feels like there's been whispers all season long. Like, I feel like after last year's just disappointment of a playoff game against Buffalo, the disappointing end of that season where it felt like this could finally be the year. And then to come in here, start 1-5, and sure, you brought things back together towards the end. You got a little bit of luck from Cleveland. Like, this year has still kind of been a disaster. And it feels like Baltimore isn't likely to fire him, right? If he is not the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens by the time we roll around in 2026, it's going to be because it's a mutual parting of ways. He's got two strong relationships with Bisciotti, with Eric DeCosta. Like, at the end of the day, also, he's 63 years old. He's been the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens for 17 seasons. He might be wanting this just as much as we all are. Now, I doubt that. But if he does move on, and if the Ravens do move on from him, it's going to be a mutually beneficial parting of the ways. Right? It's not going to be they fire John Harbaugh out of it. What's the percent chance that Harbaugh's back in 2026? You let me know. Scale it for me, 0 to 100 down below in the comment section. 100, you're saying it's guaranteed. 0, you're saying no chance at all. Let me know what your answer is down below. Now, Harbaugh has been asked about it recently. That's kind of what I love about the guys who cover this team that are on the beat over there in Baltimore, is that they're never shy to just go and straight up ask him a question that everybody kind of wants the answer to, no matter how ballsy it might be. And he does the usual Harbaugh thing, dance around the answer. He said, one thing I've always believed is that, first of all, coaching at any level is a day-to-day job, and your job is to do the best job you can do today and to do everything you can to help your players and your coaches. Like, doesn't it just feel like it's time? Like, we're sitting here. It's in the year of 2026. Feels like this team has lost their spark. They've lost their fire. Feels like he's lost his leadership a little bit. He's lost a little bit of his say in that room. And it just feels like it's going to be better for everybody, especially with all the Lamar Jackson junk going on behind the scenes. Help quiet that down just a little bit. Like, unless there's some magical run to the Super Bowl, I see this as something that could actually possibly happen. Now, maybe if they do make a run to the Super Bowl, that makes it even more likely because you'd want to ride off into the sunset. But, like, if you even make it to the playoffs, right? Say you do. Say tomorrow you beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then you lose in the first round. That's 3 playoff wins in 8 years. That's still not good enough. Not to me. Not to them. It shouldn't be to you either. That enough should be a reason to fire a head coach. Nonetheless, all that's going on behind the scenes that has come out a little bit recently with your star quarterback who should be a 3-time MVP. Feels like you got to keep one of those two. It feels like it's going to come down to. Who do you think it is? Lamar Jackson or John Harbaugh? Let me know down below in the comment section. Give me an LJ or a JH. We'll give you a quick word from our sponsor. It's time to challenge the status quo, and Poly Market is now live to help us do so. You can be a part of the revolutionary alternative to sportsbooks with our special invite code. Download Polymarket's new app now via the link that is in the description and comments to unlock exclusive early access and a free $10 in your account with the invite code chat. Polymarket is a prediction marketplace that lets you make trades on the outcomes of sporting events. As you can see here on the screen, you can even buy and sell within a game with live trading. Polymarket has the lowest fees ever. You trade against other people, not the platform. You can cash out anytime and react to momentum swings within the game. You are in control. It's legal and available nationwide in all 50 states on their iOS app now. For this week's big Ravens-Steelers game, Polymarket is giving Baltimore a 64% chance to win, which is crazy because after last week's game, I feel like the Ravens are hot. So give me the flock to cash their ticket into the playoffs. $10 is free, waiting for you. No card, no deposit, nothing. Download the app with our exclusive code chat at chatsports.com/polymarket for exclusive early access and $10 free. I've said this before. In fact, I think I said it 2 days ago on New Year's Day. But choosing John Harbaugh over Lamar Jackson would be the biggest mistake of all time. Choosing a head coach that hasn't led a team to a playoff victory or who hasn't led to a team to more than 3 playoff victories in the last decade over a quarterback who 365 days ago we were pounding the table that he deserved to be an MVP is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, Lamar Jackson's the only reason John Harbaugh still has a job. Can we remember that? Can we throw it back in between the Super Bowl and Lamar Jackson taking the reins? How different it was here in Baltimore? How mediocre things were with just John Harbaugh at the helm? Don't choose a 63-year-old head coach that has had not a ton of postseason success over a quarterback that, at least I believe, one day will win a Super Bowl. So who's going to replace him? That's the big question. We talked about this before. In fact, I believe we talked about it on Christmas last week. Same 5 guys, top guys that I have. Brian Flores, number 1. If you've watched me for any amount of time, go back and watch my preview for the Vikings game. You're going to see just how much I love Brian Flores. I think he's the best defensive mind in the game. I love the way he runs his defenses. I love the intensity that he coaches with. I love the no BS attitude. I love the fact that he's been a head coach before and failed. I think that's beneficial. Now he knows what to do differently the next time around. I love the fact that you pair him with a not rookie quarterback. So many good things about the, combination of those two. I also think he could bring back play like a Raven mentality. Also, former head coach of the Dolphins. Now, of course, defensive coordinator for the Vikings. Robert Saleh is another name. He also, I feel like, would install a play like a Raven type mentality that we've lost. And I hear what you're saying because I saw the comments on last week's video. Robert Saleh, Joey, are you kidding me? Is that a joke? No, it's not a joke. I like Robert Saleh a lot. I think he got dealt a horrible hand in New York. Terrible organization, horrible front office. He gets handed the keys to a very expensive, very old Aaron Rodgers, tears Achilles on his first 4 plays, then just is bad. He's bad. So, yeah, Robert Saleh. Jesse Minter, he's been a guy we talked about for a very long time. Obviously, has the connections to Baltimore, has the connections to Jim Harbaugh, won a national championship with Michigan. Great defensive mind, young guy as well. Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. They're having an unbelievable year. He's a big part of that. And then defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. I feel like the shine on Jeff Hafley has worn off just a little bit. He's not my top guy, but I wouldn't be upset about it. Wouldn't be absolutely jumping for joy, though, either. My It's Fun to Dream list. John Gruden. Okay? John Gruden would be a hell of a ride. I don't know how successful it would be, but it'd be a lot of fun to cover it. Marcus Freeman. This dream died a couple of days ago when he pretty much guaranteed he's coming back to Notre Dame. Not guaranteed. He tweeted about it. He's going to be back in Notre Dame. Mike McDonald. This one is the dream of all dreams. Obviously, you let him out of Baltimore, and he's going to possibly lead that team to a Super Bowl this year. You're not going to get him out of Seattle. Dan Lanning in Oregon. Hell of a leader. Don't know how strong his NFL connections are. It's going to be important to surround those guys with good staff, and the bad thing is a lot of those guys in college just don't have the NFL connections. And then Nick Saban, because if we're talking about dreams, might as well talk about the GOAT of all of college football, and maybe you can entice him with a lot of M's to come to the Baltimore Ravens, although that one is as unlikely as me being the next head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. Who's your dream replacement for Harbaugh? Let me know down below in the comment section. Weigh in with your answer, and I'm curious to see what y'all got to say. My predictions for Ravens Steelers. Cannot wait for that game. Ryder will be live. Make sure to join us. Subscribe, turn on those notifications. Derrick Henry over 150 rushing yards. Feel very, very good about that one. Zay Flowers over 80 receiving yards. We talked about it on Tuesday. The kind of coverage that the Pittsburgh Steelers play, very beneficial to just the player that Zay Flowers is. They play a lot of single high safety, 5 rushers, and then just man coverage across the board. So if you can be a guy that gets separation and then has great yards after catch, which is Zay Flowers, you're going to be able to feast. Draymond Jones thinks he comes up big with 2 sacks. That one might be my hottest take of all so far. I do think Calvin Austin III scores a touchdown. They're just not going to have many offensive weapons behind him. Then Nate Wiggins intercepts Rodgers. Had a horrible game against Green Bay. I think he gets out of the funk in a big way. I think he comes up with a big play. That's going to do it, folks. Make sure you guys got me followed on socials, Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Daily content right here on the Ravens.